Hey Lou, let me get one of them joints, man.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Alex Noel, and I'm at Sound Lynk Studios, and I'm here with my boy Lou. Let me get one. Go ahead, Lou. Tell everybody where we can find you at.
And you can find me at LewLemmeGetOne on all social media platforms. At LewLemmeGetOne, just how it sounds.
Awesome. Well, let me tell you guys, this is really exciting for me. Lou is my first artist that came to travel to see me. Tell everybody where you coming from. How was your flight here? How's it been since you've been here?
Sure. Yeah, so I just booked a flight from Virginia. I actually live in Virginia right now. I had to book it, yeah. You know, we met multiple times with Iron Fist Cook Up.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I love the vibe. You know, I know your husband, man. He does great work.
Awesome.
So, you know, it just felt right.
I love it. See, I'm so excited. So, what's the music scene out there in Virginia like? Let's start there, because I'm just learning one, y'all. I just learned that DMV stood for District Code.
DC, man.
Yeah, I just learned that. So tell me what it's like in Virginia, because I clearly don't know nothing really.
I mean, Virginia, I'm in Northern Virginia, so the DMV is it's like close together, like DC, Maryland, Virginia. So we all kind of listen and know what's going on in the scene. But I mean, it's a specific sound right now that's in there. That everybody's doing. A lot of young rappers, they're doing this specific kind of sound in the DMV. So right now it's a lot of that, you know.
Okay. So I've recently been introduced to go-go music. You know, I know that's really popular out there. Do you ever do any go-go? What is it? I know that's also called type beats. So do you ever do go-go type beats? And
I've dabbled in it. But I feel like since I'm not from DC.
Yeah.
I can't really capture it how it's, you know, because it's good music and it's specific to the area. It's just me being a transplant, because I'm from New Jersey.
Okay.
So me being a transplant in the DMV, I feel like, you know, I could do it, but I don't think I'll do it justice as if somebody from DC were to do it. You know?
Right, because I know you said I'm a transplant, so it's a place where you live, but would you say like, oh, it feels like home there, or? I
mean, it does, because I've been there for so long, but still, I'm not from there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I got a lot of who I am from New Jersey and New York, you know, because that's where I was at the time when I was coming up. I moved to Virginia when I was 12, but I would still go back and forth, so, you know, it's one of those things. I still love the DMV. I still claim it. I came up there, you know, I went to school out there, so.
So you're from a lot of different northern areas. What would you say really influences your music and influences the variety that you do bring? Because something that I do enjoy about you is your range of beats that you do make.
Yeah, so I think it comes from a lot of places. Like my dad is Trinidadian, so I'm Trinidadian, so I got that island thing in me, you know, like it's, you know, that little spicy island thing, you know, like I got a little. You know, so I like a lot of different kind of music, up tempo and just like soul music. You know, I love Jay Dilla so much. Like, I loved him. I love his beats and music before I even knew who he was. You know, so yeah, I would say Jay Dilla really influenced me a lot. Just like trying shit. You know, like not being afraid to just like do some wild shit, because he used to do wild shit, man.
Yeah, I'm happy you said that, because earlier Lou told you all we met at Iron Fist Cook Up. That's something a platform producers can apply to actually be on right now. It's hosted by Hadugan, DJ Hadugan. Find him on social medias at I am Hadugan. So at the Iron Fist Cook Up, what really attracted me, one, to your sound, and to like actually stop what I was doing and be like, oh, let me go look and see who's over at the table, is that you were not afraid to kind of show one side of you and a new side of you and a new side of you. How do you control your nerves when you're doing that? Because a lot of people do what they know because they are comfortable in it. So how do you conquer that?
So I came up in a different time. Like, it just was different. like I'm competitive. So I played football my whole life. So like I'm just always competitive. So getting into the beats, I did a lot of beat battles, and that was, those was brutal. Those was battles.
Yeah.
That you wanted to win. So the nerves, you really couldn't have no nerves. Like, people gonna be playing some wild shit, and you had to kind of fight back. So like a lot of the nerves are like, oh, is this person gonna like it? It kind of disappeared when you competing. It's like, no, they gotta like it. They gotta feel this. Like, I'm trying to win. So I think doing beat battles really like just opened my ears to different sounds and different, I was already influenced by like calypso music and Trinidadian. I would research it every now and then because I still haven't been back since I was a little kid.
Oh yeah.
But, I always stay in tune to what's going on over there, especially because my dad still lives over there.
Oh no.
But yeah, so I think all those influences just kind of made me just want to just do different genres, just try different stuff because it's like, some days I might want to listen to some calypso, some days I might want to listen to some trap.
And then you just put it out there.
Yeah.
I love that you use one area or one aspect of what you do to really teach yourself a lesson, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes sometimes it's hard for you to kind of put yourself out there and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this happen. So let me ask you, what made you do your first beat battle? Where was it at? What was that like? Tell me all about it.
I remember my first one. So my first one was in, I think in DC. It was in DC. It was my first one. And I had mad people come out and support me.
I love it.
I had a good amount of people. We was kind of deep out there. I had a good amount of people. And I just think at the time, I felt like I had done enough for myself. I had proved to myself, like, if I'm gonna do this, I need other people to hear what I'm doing, just to kind of gauge where I was at. Mind you, those beats was horrible. Horrible beats.
You said trash.
Horrible, but what was so cool, the people that I brought still supported me and still like made me feel like they wasn't as bad as I know they were. You said
right. You be like, ooh, let me.
In hindsight, I thought they was good at the time.
Of course.
Thinking about it now, just listen to the stuff that I make now, I just know like they weren't the best beats, But the support was still there. Even early on, the right people was definitely supporting me even early on.
I love that. So here today you have one of your longtime friends in the studio with you. Go ahead, tell us about your guys' relationship, what it's like to be able to have somebody come and just connect with you when you're ready to, put yourself out there.
That's my road dog. Yeah, it's my boy Slugging, man.
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Yeah, that's my boy Slugging. I've known him for a long time, since high school. And we just always stayed locked in. He always been a real one to me. Somebody I can confide in.
Look, I'm going to put you on the spot. You guys, do you guys make music together?
Of course.
What would you, if you could challenge him today and be like, if I made this beat for you right now, what kind of beat would you put him on to challenge him?
To challenge him?
That's a good one, yeah.
I would probably make some boom bap shit.
I've been learning terminology. Yeah. I just learned that boom bap was a genre. I didn't know none of this. It's so excited.
It's hip hop music. That's the original hip hop music. But you gotta kind of differentiate boom bap from trap from like Afrobeat. You gotta do it because hip hop it's such a broad term because like everything is hip hop nowadays. So like there are subdivisions of hip hop. I think for sure. That's
crazy. So for you, if you had to challenge yourself to make a beat that you're like, oh, I don't usually dabble in that, or when you do it, you be like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away from that. What you gotta work on? Come on.
I done made almost every type of beat except for an EDM beat.
I don't mind EDM music.
I never made EDM like club banger type of beat.
So let me tell you something. If you do that, you can send it to my middle child. He loves that.
Yeah.
He loves that. He'll tell you if it's fire or not. He'll be like, no, this does not belong in F&F. It's so funny.
There's a lot of, you know, it sounds like very specific stuff that you got to do with EDM that I don't know if I really want to do that.
So let me ask you, when you're at home and you're making your beats, what do you use to make your beats? Do you use pianos? Do you use real instruments? Do you use a beat machine?
Sure. So, you know, when I first started, I learned how to make beats on, I actually had, well, I got introduced to it from FL, of course, like everybody have seen FL, but I never used it. I just saw it. And then I remember I had ordered an MPC because Jay Dilla had one. That's why I ordered it. And that's when I really learned how to make beats. And I just used that and I translated it over to GarageBand and then from Logic for like 7 years from now.
Okay.
I only use Logic. I use Logic to engineer all my stuff, make all my beats. I really love it. It's really, to me, it's user friendly and it makes sense.
So I love something about you is that you only do what makes sense. If it don't make sense,
I'm not doing it.
it's not, just don't do it, right?
That's simple.
Do you play any instruments outside of the beat, outside of using the beat machine?
Not really. No, I'm not. I don't really play any instruments. I mean, I can play the keys a little bit. I know a couple chords and stuff like that. But I can't really say I know how to play something. I feel like I just got a good ear for like what sounds need to go together, like how drums supposed to sound. You know, it's kind of like, music been a part of. This has been my thing forever. Like,
Yeah.
I've always been into the music. But I just started creating it a little late.
Listen, late bloomers. The tortoise and the hare. The tortoise won because he took his time, right?
Yeah,
and then came out with it. So, what do you really look to do and plan with your music over the next year? You're kind of like graduated from Iron Fist Cookup. You graduated from the beat battles. What is Lew gonna give us? What do we need to get one?
So now I'm just focusing on artists. Focusing on making songs.
At Grand Slam EP.
At Grand Slam EP, I got an artist, Dom Rhodes. His album, March 16th. It's called Fuck the Name of This Album. That's the name of the album. Fuck the Name of this album.
Hey, sometimes it be like that.
March 16th, that joint coming out. I got projects out. Another one with Dom Rhodes, Luka Doncic, that's out. I got a project, Level 100, who's actually my little brother. Level 100, Let the Games Begin. That's out on Apple Music, on everywhere. I got projects out. I'm just trying to make songs.
Yeah.
I really, I can make beats all day. Like, that's cool, but at the end of the day, I want to make rememberable songs. I want people to listen to my shit and feel good.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that was cool. That's my whole aim, you know what I'm saying?
So if you could say right now, if I could be like, I can call anyone in this industry right now, get them on the phone, get them on your beat, who do you feel like you would be most connected to like break you as a producer?
That's a great question. I like a lot of great rappers, man. Right now, I would have to say Kendrick.
I love Kendrick Lamar. He's very different.
Kendrick. He's just, Section 80 is probably one of the best projects I've listened to like ever. That was recent. That was like 2007, 2008. I was about to graduate high school, and I listened to that like every single day.
I love. It's so funny.
I didn't skip. That's a no skip right there. So I would definitely have to. That would be my dream.
Yeah.
If I could just call Kendrick and get him on the track, that would be incredible. Now I got bucket list artists now.
Yeah, of course. I got bucket list interviewees. I get it.
Lil Wayne, if I could get a tape with Lil Wayne or Gucci Mane.
Listen, right.
That'd be full circle
right
there. That's my whole high school and early college memories. Lil Wayne and Gucci Mane.
It makes like so much sense. I kid you not, it makes so much sense why Ross, why he he fuck with you because he be saying like some of the same shit. He be like, yes, yes. It's like, oh, he be knowing people like, oh, that's the person that's going. I get him.
For sure. Yeah, that's probably those 3 people. Mm-hmm. You know, I would be like very grateful.
I love it.
If that happened for sure.
So, what else do you have planned? I know you're going to be in Atlanta for the next couple of weeks doing a few different things. What you got planned while you out here?
Right. I mean, I came out here this time just for this interview, to be honest.
I love that.
To be honest, you know, we had a recording session yesterday. Mm-hmm. Me and Slug, and we was recording yesterday in the studio. So we'll probably just do that, just more studio work. Next weekend, it's supposed to be, video shoot next weekend.
Love that shit.
With my boy, State Agency.
Okay.
Yeah, man, he's a videographer. He does videos, all kind of marketing packages, all that. CJ from State Agency, holla at my boy, man. He does good work. And I'll be with him next weekend, actually, for a rap battle. URL rap battle.
Yeah.
Miss Hustle versus Tay Rock.
We was before, you know, I'm always tell y'all what we was doing before the camera. So before the camera, we was outside talking, and the guys was talking about the beat battles. So look, now I'm gonna ask you, right now, I know y'all are dabbling in the new people, but of the people who you've watched beat battle, who is your particular favorite? And do you have like rap battle? who is there like a line that you remember that you just think is like funny, or you be like, yo, that's this?
I mean, I don't particularly remember anybody's like super bars and stuff like that. But somebody who I'll watch.
I'm sorry, time out. That's what they're called, super bars?
No.
Oh, I was like, am I learning something else new?
No. I'm just saying, like, I don't be
remembering. I like that, though, super bars.
You know, I don't be remembering, but the battle rapper that I just rewatch all the time is Daylight.
Okay.
I think he's the nicest battler. To me, he says the most craziest shit.
They be saying crazy mess up in there, too.
They be going over people's heads. But to me, he the best battle rapper.
I don't know, but sometimes I don't even know what they be saying. I be like, what they say?
To me,
people be laughing so hard.
This is my personal favorite. You know, I don't want anybody to get, he not the best.
No,
this is my personal favorite.
Let me get one. So would you ever want to make a beat for a beat battle or for a rap battle? Would you ever?
Hell yeah.
Do that shit?
Hell yeah, for sure.
Could I put you on the spot? Could you tell me, like, if you had to like make it sound, what would it sound like?
It would depend on who it was, to be honest with you.
Daylight, if you got to do one for him,
shit.
what would be the base of it? What do you feel like? What would you add to make it stronger?
Just make sure them drums is hitting right. Mm-hmm. That's really what it be. If the drums is hitting right, like it got a certain swing on it, it really don't matter what kind of sample you use, but you got to know what kind of sample to use.
Right.
Like if it's going to be a soul sample, if it's going to be like a overseas sample, like a Japanese sample or something like that. It just depends on the vibe, like what you're trying to capture. Like those old 70s samples, they have a specific feeling. So whatever he talking about, you probably want to use that. If it's them 60s, 70s samples, like it got more emotion to them. You probably want to use that if you talk about something serious.
I like that. Yeah. So since we talking about beats and samples and what you can do, if you guys listen closely, you can hear a lovely, relaxing beat in the background done by LewLemmeGetOne. So what were you feeling when you made this beat?
So I actually had a client request like a pack of neo-soul type beats, and like that's really up my alley. Like I love making that kind of music. That stuff feels good, so I always enjoy making that. So this just was one of them beats that I had made for the pack, but I fell in love with it. I kept listening to it over and over again, and I just for some reason I was like, damn man, I love this shit. So this was just one of those beats. It was just, I was in a neo-soul vibe, like I was like, man, what sound like neo-soul to me? And this shit just came out like that, I love it. And what usually inspires you, or
do you ever like when you're angry? Do you ever make beats when you're angry, or do you have certain things that inspire you to make your music?
I have a funny story about that, which is so funny because I remember it like it happened yesterday. Like this is when I was still in college. Excuse me. My roommate at the time was a DJ, and he was DJing one night, and for some reason, the main girl at the front, she was just not messing with me. She reasons, my name, she just had me on her shit list. So she would not let me in for free, blah, 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 blah. And I was so mad. I went home and I made a beat because I was so mad. And it was an angry type beat. It was an angry sounding beat. Like, I just had to get it out.
Wow.
Thinking about it, it's just, that shit's so funny to me. Like, I really went back and made a beat.
You was like, oh man, I'm so mad. I'm gonna make a beat about this.
I was like, I can't believe she tried to play me, man.
Hey, you would. That's funny. I would love to hear what that beat, what that beat sounds like.
I couldn't even find it if I was trying to look for it. I couldn't find it.
So, what inspires your beats right now?
Man, there's just been a lot of good shit happening right now. Everything has just been really good and positive. So, you know, this is a recent beat that I had made. Like, this is recent. This is just the vibe I've been on, like just that soul vibe, you know? And don't get me wrong, I still make the trap shit. But, you know, right now I've been loving to make that the boom bap, just to, you know, I've been making a lot of Afro beats lately too. It's just a lot of that feel good music. That's just where I've been at, you know?
I think it's because you recently went to the West Coast and you got a little bit of that West Coast sun. So you was like, oh, I'm chilling when I come back.
So, yeah, I went out to LA for Complex Con. And that was really fun. It was really inspirational. I actually seen one of these dudes I went to high school with, Mitch Modes. I went to high school with him and I seen him, and he showed mad love. You know?
I love that.
You know, it was just like, yo, what's up, bro? We went to the same high school. You know, he was younger than us, but he was always cool.
Yeah.
And he saw him. He's like the first person I saw when I walked in there, which was crazy.
That's because you was meant to be there. It's stuff like that be like, that's how you know it was written before. I'm telling you, I'm just saying.
I could have seen anybody, but he was the first person I saw when I walked in there. It was crazy. So shout out to Mitch.
So Complex Con, you going to a rap battle next week. What do you have on the schedule for you to just like, but to like relax from everything? What do you do when you got all this traveling, all this motion, people fucking with you? How do you relax on those days just to get back to yourself?
I'm gonna be honest, like I just making music is relaxing to me. Like, I really be chilling, you know. So you could kind of say there's really no relaxing because making music is relaxing. You know, like, so I'm really never not doing something. You know, I'm really not doing something towards music, whether it's meeting somebody, you know, networking event or like showcase event, or one of my artists is performing. Like, if it makes sense, I'm gonna do it. You know, like that's just what it is. It's really relaxing. I relax when I'm making music. When I'm by myself.
So we come to my favorite part of the interview. This is where I'm gonna ask you a tough one, okay? All right. So this is your chance for you to tell your fans, your followers, the people who know you, the people who want to get to know you, something they don't already know about you. You got to dig in there, something good.
I got one.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, I love them.
So something that the fans, so this is if you don't know me from nothing, you just know my music. I went to VCU. I got a degree in business and sociology. I went to VCU. I'm an alumni of VCU. I'm a VCU
Double major.
business and sociology, you know.
And what drew you to get a degree in business and sociology?
So what's funny is the type of degree I got, it was called interdisciplinary degrees. And at the time, it was like a kind of a newish program. You could put two disciplines together and make it a degree.
Yeah.
So I kind of
just pick two, right?
I just pick business.
You've been doing whatever you want to do anyway, so it's only right that your degree is whatever you want to do.
That's what it said on my degree, interdisciplinary studies.
I love it, Lou.
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoy having you in the building today.
Thank you for having me.
Go ahead, tell everybody one more time, and don't forget to tell everybody what you got going on YouTube with your channel.
Sure.
Go ahead, tell everybody where we can find you at on YouTube too, y'all.
On YouTube too. At LewLemmeGetOne on everything. It's spelled like how it's said. At LewLemmeGetOne. I got a video that just dropped on there, level 100, called Moves. I actually shot that video too myself. So check that out. C equals. You already know.
Yeah.
That's the brand.
Hey.
B equals C. You already know. When you see that, you know that's Lew. For sure. That's what I got going on.
It's Alex Noel. Lou, let me get one. We out at Sound Lynk Studios. Check us out. Let me show you my range of what I can do. You know what I'm saying? And then tell me of those different things. What do you, oh, you're really good at this, but work better at this on this kind of beat. And so I like that.
Yeah.
This is nothing like
Exactly.
the beat he sent me for his video.
I feel like it's like a security. Like it's
Yeah.
something that's live. Like it's something nobody can take that shit. That's
Yeah.
what I feel. You know, it's different.
I love it. Like that made me like, you know.
All the bullshit, all I want is money. I'm a Georgia baby. I'm from Crawford Long, but I know some Grady baby. Now we're born to Grady baby. Yeah, this shit so crazy, but I do it for the strong. Whole team really got the crowd going on. Suck it, baby, suck it crazy. Suck it, baby, suck it crazy. Suck it, baby, grandson, suck it. Grandson, suck it. Every time the ball